Ladies, we deserve better, and who's out there telling these men that we don't? The bar is in hell.
I just went on a date and I had a great time. He immediately unmatched with me.
Making money is a simple math equation. My money equals my money. My money equals my money. My money equals my money. His money.
When you come across selfish modern women like these, best thing to do is to walk away.
A lot of men these days aren't acting like men.
So is anyone else on the same page that obviously dating apps are just like not the thing for us?
I feel like dating culture in Australia has gotten so bad because men lack the ability to take initiative,
Men don't want to become the next guy on the roster. Why would they do that to themselves? Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
I really don't know which is worse nowadays, trying to date or apply to jobs.
If a guy ever says, oh, you're too high maintenance for me, that is literally code for I can't afford the lifestyle that you have and I can't provide for the lifestyle that you have.
Listen, I understand with social media, dating is horrible.
Why doesn't anyone choose me? All these like narratives that made me feel really, really bad at myself.
This is what I'm doing in 2025 to meet my husband. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine I would be 33 and still single.
Lady.
How do you get a man to pay your bills? You say rent is due.
Get a job.
Diabolical things I want in a man. Number 1, height. My man's gotta be above 6'2". My last 2 boyfriends were 6'3". Both of them. And they were jacked. And they looked really good. How am I supposed to downgrade from that? So, unfortunately, my next man will have to be 6'2" and up. Number 2, you can't have a gut. I need you built. I need you fit and going to the gym multiple times a week. I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna date a fat guy. If I can be in the gym 5 days a week and be fit and care about how I look, you can do it. Number 3, he cannot have a salary cap. Whatever career he's in, he needs to have multiple streams of income, and we need to be able to make as much money as possible. That's why I will never date a guy who works in corporate. What is your 100K salary cap gonna do for me? The max you'll ever be able to get to is 150? Yeah, no, we're good. I need you in a career that is going to make us money. I am a lover of luxury. I like expensive things. I like expensive vacations. So will you, if you're my man. So we need a career that can support that. Number 4, whenever we travel, he's got to be flying his business. I'm sorry, we're not sitting in economy together. It's just not happening. Again, this is where the lack of salary cap is really going to help. And number 5, he's got to have a really nice watch. I'm not really impressed when I hear somebody has a Rolex anymore because those can be really cheap. I would much prefer if you had an AP or a Patek and maybe multiple of them. The Rolex can be your day watch and it still better be 50K plus.
You need help. Completely delusional. Her new man has got to be above 6'2", and her last 2 boyfriends were 6'3". What happened with them? Clearly, height alone didn't keep the relationship together, but now she's adding on even more requirements. Not only does he need to be tall, he also has to have multiple streams of income just for her to consider dating him. You see where this is going? It's nothing new. Women have always had high standards, but now they're getting more comfortable expressing their delusion out loud, as if it's normal. The problem is, they're stacking unrealistic demands on top of each other. First it's looks, then height, then money, then lifestyle, then social status. At this point, it's not about finding love, it's about building a perfect man checklist that doesn't even exist in reality. All this sounds like things he's supposed to be doing: paying for her lifestyle, funding her dreams, making sure she's comfortable, while she's just there doing nothing, leeching off his back.
Why is dating in 2025 so bad? So bad. This is the worst year of dating in my lifespan. Why is it so bad? Why is no one serious? No one is serious. Everyone's yeah, I just want to be casual. I just want to, do me. Baby, you are 40. You are pushing 40. I had a guy tell me he was 43. He's I'm waiting till I'm 45 to be serious. Not until 45. 45? I thought I was going to be married at 22. But look where I'm at now. This man said he was waiting until he's 45. And I was like, baby, I'm not waiting 2 years for you. Bye. What is up with dating in 2025?
This doesn't scream dating in your 20s. I don't know what does. I just went on a date and I had a great time. Now that I think about it, it was kind of like talking to a brick wall and just kind of figured he was shy, No, the guy just didn't like me. He immediately unmatched with me when I got home. Couldn't find his Tinder profile. Went poof into thin air. Haven't heard from him since.
Ouch! Relationships don't last anymore because men think they're the fucking prize. They either think they're the prize or they're looking for their mom in a partner. They want someone to take care of them, clean the house, cook, raise kids, pay 50-50 with bills. Like, what? Like, as a man, what makes you feel like, oh my god, she's taking care of me? Why does that make you feel good? Like, you should be embarrassed, right? And I could already hear the men, oh, well, you guys are bitches and blah, 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 and this and that. Like, no. If you think that, like, you don't have, like, that mentality and you shouldn't be dating. I get it. Like, I understand splitting bills and being partners and not expecting, but at the same time, I'm like, why are you so weird? I don't know. I seen my dad take care of my household, and that's my standard. So I just think I like look at men that want 50-50 or anything else, like the woman to do more. And it's like, if she's doing all that, if she could pay her own bills and take care of her own shit, what does she need you for then? Like, you're just in the way at that point.
Actually, if we really think about it, it's really women who think they're the prize. And they see men as their fathers. They want them to pay for everything, attention, to be around them, to date them, pay for their lifestyle. A woman that has it in her mind that she's the prize. Of course, the relationship will never work because she's always expecting the man to go above and beyond while she stays stuck doing nothing, providing pre-owned kitty. Relationships don't work because modern women think they shouldn't contribute to the relationship. They've been told just showing up is enough, that their looks alone buy them a lifetime of effort from a man. She's making it seem like men shouldn't expect their woman to take care of them. And that's why I say the word reciprocity is something that doesn't exist in modern women vocabulary, because they have a whole laundry list they expect men to meet, but they rarely stop to ask themselves what they're actually bringing in return.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you can't afford a woman's lifestyle, then date within your budget. Stop shaming women for wanting what you can't provide.
I don't know who needs to hear this. Oh wait, I do. It's you. Stop objectifying other women. Because women don't fall into a price range because they're not objects. Also, men are not shaming you. They are just exposing your delusional entitled mentality, which is all too often today.
Women wanted to make the same amount of money as men. Now women are disgusted that men make equal money to them because they want the millionaire guy with a lot of options. The millionaire guy with a lot of options doesn't want you. He doesn't want anybody. And so it's like, we should maybe date the good men who make around the same as us, or maybe even sometimes a little less than us, if you know that they're going to provide for you emotionally, financially, like spiritually, and be good men for your family instead of chasing after the people like Sprinkle says to do. You're missing out on really good men who are all around you because you want to date a millionaire. Just saying.
According to men, one of the main reasons they don't approach women anymore is because women only wish to be approached by men they find attractive and go for the top 20% of men. I mean, the same way that men only, generally speaking, will wish to approach women they find attractive. Like, duh. That's human nature. It's been like that since the beginning of time and always will be. I don't see the issue. The only time I can understand the issue is if women are being cruel and not gracefully rejecting a guy in his advances that she's not interested in. Obviously, a decent woman should be kind and tactful when she politely rejects the man's advances. Other than that, I don't see the issue. Generally speaking, I would assume that most men, not all, will not think, let's go up to that girl, and that girl, ask for her number. Hey, don't find you particularly attractive, but can I get your number? Come on.
That's not true. Most men will date on their level, average height and looks. Not every man is out there chasing women with fabricated beauty. The issue is when these guys approach these women, they villainize them because they don't find them attractive. Women can chase the top 5 to 20% all they want, but they're all just competing with each other. And in a lot of cases, they end up single for a long time because they're chasing a fantasy. The reality is that while average men are more grounded and realistic, many women are locked into this cycle of overlooking them, waiting for a man who checks every single box. But those men, the high earners, tall, fit, charismatic types, have an endless line of options. So instead of choosing one woman and settling down, they rotate, entertain, and keep their options open. Meanwhile, the women who keep pursuing them find themselves wasting their best years chasing someone who was never going to commit.
Dear future husband, I require a man of God. I require good morning texts. I require flowers. I require date nights. I require time. I require respect. I require loyalty. I require love. I require affection. I require reassurance. I require all these things, yes. Listen, ladies, never settle for less. There's a man out there that will give you everything that you require. And I want you to know, stop settling because it looks good. Stop settling because it sounds good. Stop settling.
The dating scene in Australia is quite tragic.
I really feel for the single people in Australia.
Yeah.
Every woman I speak to is literally like, it is treacherous out there.
Dire.
Like, the men are just so below par. I don't know what's going on. Like, they can't court you properly, or they don't come up to you when you're out, or that's like so addicted to online dating that it's just constantly a rotor of women. I don't know.
But I feel for men, because I feel like society's actually made it a lot harder for them. They're scared of, like, I don't know. It's like obviously there's a very distinct difference between being a creepy person and being a confident person. But I think it's been attacked so heavily that, I don't know, I would feel like it would kind of be nerve-wracking.
I feel like dating culture in Australia has gotten so bad because men lack the ability to take initiative. And the thing is that most women don't actually care where you take them on the first date. It's how you plan the date itself that is what impresses us. It's not the amount of money that you're spending, it's the initiative that you took beforehand. Asking her out, picking the place, picking the time, doing all of the organization so that she just has to get ready, rock up, and be there. We don't care how much money you spend on us, okay? You could take us to the park and we could watch the ducks. It's the planning of the date that we like. None of this, oh, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Blah, blah, blah. Like, that defeats the purpose of us feeling like we're being taken out on a date. Because then we are helping you organize the date, and then essentially we're taking you out on the date. You know what I mean? Because it's our idea. You're the one that wants to take her out on a date. Wouldn't you be the one to organize it because you're wanting to take her out? Why are you leaving the planning and the organization on the female? Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that if you want to impress the girl that you have a crush on, take initiative, okay? Plan the fucking date.
Well, that's a lie. Most women actually do care where you take them. They don't even like coffee dates or a simple walk in the park. Modern women expectation has been inflated to the point where they believe they deserve the best date in the world just for meeting a stranger. And again, they're expecting these things on a first date. Now, some women don't mind a calm first date because those women live in reality, but the majority of modern women today are programmed to believe they deserve the best. They've been fed this idea through social media, dating apps, and influencers telling them a man who doesn't wine and dine them immediately isn't serious. They measure a man's worth by how much he's willing to spend before he even knows who they truly are. And the irony is, the women who demand the grand gestures up front are often the ones least willing to invest in the man beyond the surface.
The men that think women only want money from them are so delusional. We want so much more than just money from you. And if your woman is asking for money as your main way of providing for her, you're so lucky, because once she starts making her own money, and that is no longer one of her requirements from you, you're going to have to bring a lot more to the table than that. Think about all the other ways that you're going to have to invest into her and impress her if it's not just finances. So you're getting off really easy by just providing money.
Are you stupid?
I get comments all the time from men who think that women's standards are too high and that we only want to date men who have a six-pack, have six figures, and who are 6 feet tall or higher. And that is so not true. Put down the podcast and touch grass, my dude. Because if you go outside and you look around, you will see many beautiful women with men who do not fit that criteria. I genuinely don't know where men get this idea. Like, maybe you're consuming sprinkle content. Maybe you have brain worms from, watching Andrew Tate. I don't know. But in real life, the bar for men is pretty low. We don't necessarily need a man who's tall, extremely good looking, or extremely wealthy. We want men who are going to care about us as humans. We want men who are going to be curious about us and our lives, who are going to ask us questions, who are going to want to connect with us on an emotional level. Like, I don't know, display some genuine curiosity curiosity, treat a woman well, wash your beehole in the shower. Like, it's really pretty simple.
Obviously, not all women want a man who's 6 feet tall and making 6 figures. But let's be real, it's the common theme nowadays. Scroll through social media, dating apps, or just listen to conversations, and you'll hear the same checklist over and over again. There's an overwhelming number of women chasing men with money, status, and height, while ignoring the men who would actually treat them well. This woman said that women are looking for men who care about them, who are curious about them, and who treat them well. But here's the contradiction. Those are the exact men they're not choosing when they step outside. They overlook the genuine, hard-working guys who would give them loyalty and peace. And instead, they chase a ready-made man. Tall, rich, put together, with everything already in place. And this isn't just a dating issue. It even creeps into marriages. A man can be providing, faithful, supportive, and the marriage could look perfect from the outside, but she'll still say it's not enough. Because in her mind, there's always some imaginary man out there who's richer, taller, or more exciting.
If a guy ever says, oh, you're too high maintenance for me, that is literally code.
Ladies, here's something to remember. Guys rarely, if ever, speak in code. That particular predilection happens to lie most often with another gender that I could mention. So when a guy says that you're too high maintenance, that's exactly what they mean.
Or I can't afford the lifestyle that you have and I can't provide for the lifestyle that you have. So I'm going to tell you that you're too high maintenance for me in order to make myself feel better because I can't afford that and it kind of hurts my ego that I can't get something.
No, being called high maintenance usually means that that person is focused mainly on materialistic things and on maintaining their outward appearances.
So like I'm going to blame it on you because you're too high maintenance. Yeah, and I'm just going to make myself feel better because,
No, but speaking of things that people tell themselves to make themselves feel better, this is an excellent example. If a guy doesn't want to date someone who's high maintenance, that doesn't mean that they necessarily can't afford them. They just don't want to put up with them.
Run.
Indeed.
What is the epidemic we are in where bad as fuck women are getting slaughtered brutally by medium ugly men who resemble the rat from Flushed Away? Why is this a widespread phenomenon? And might I add, why do they all look like the rat from Flushed Away?
I was going to tell these women that the reason that they're meeting medium ugly men is because they are medium ugly as well. Take away all of the filters, the lashes, the hair extensions, the makeup, and all the extra things that women do to make themselves feel pretty. And they are just the average person and don't even meet the beauty standards that they so heavily put on themselves. So guess what? You attract exactly what you are. And genuine question, I don't know what kind of men these women expect to attract when they talk so poorly about men looking like rats. Like, make that make sense. But not only do they match the level of attractiveness that they actually are emotionally stunted because they walk around thinking that attractiveness means that these men won't cheat on them. So they're actually surprised when they get hurt by these said medium ugly men. And obviously with that kind of mindset, you're never going to actually meet a man of high quality or high value because a man of high value is going to see you as a weak link. He's going to see you as immature because you only are looking at looks and not compatibility. And men of high value are not going to tolerate women looking at them as medium ugly. And additionally, just to add something to it, 9 times out of 10, these women start out these relationships not being that interested. So they play all of these games and these men will start to match that same energy that they're giving in return. And these women will fall for it because it's toxic or a little bit more on the edgy side. And now they fall for them. Basically because these men become a reflection of exactly how they've been treated and now the women don't like it. Okay, bye.
When women attract men who are on their level, they always seem to get offended, when in reality they're the perfect match for each other. This is just another example where an average woman thinks she should get a guy who's way more attractive than her. You got to understand that a lot of these women are blind to where they actually stand. Not just in looks, but in character, attitude, and effort. Social media, dating apps, and constant validation have warped reality for a lot of people, making them believe they're entitled to a partner who's leagues above what they bring to the table. These women are always criticizing men they deem ugly, but they never look at themselves. They'll laugh at a guy's height, hairline, or income, yet overlook their own flaws, bad habits, or attitude. It's as if they've been taught that self-awareness isn't required, only judgment. The truth is, a lot of the men they're quick to dismiss might actually treat them better than anyone they're chasing, but entitlement blinds them to that.
I'm trying to figure out where the high-quality men are, because Kevin Samuels told me the only thing I gotta do is look the best quality of myself. He said, mark my word, mark his word, but he said, if you want a high-value man, you gotta look high value. So,
Hear me out. When you make money as a girl, you technically make double, and it's a literal life hack cheat. Making money is a simple math equation. My money equals my money. His money equals our money. If you're like, oh my gosh, that's so unfair. You don't have to be my husband. My husband's gonna want to pay for all of my things because money's an energy exchange and you deserve it. Then it's like, okay, if we're operating from that math equation, then that means that my money's just the play money. Because I'm not spending money on things that I don't want to spend money on. So I'm spending money on things that I want to spend money on. So every single dollar that I earn has twice as much purchasing power. Are you guys following me here? That's why when you make money as a girl and when you make your own money, it's a literal superpower and it's freedom. Because not only does your dollar go farther in the market, but you also have the power to leave a situation if you want to leave a situation. Like, you will never depend on a man. Like, you'll be with him because you love him and because you want to be with him. You won't be with him because you'll be like, oh my gosh, well, if I leave, like, I don't know how I'll pay for things and blah, blah, blah. Like, no. You can always leave if you want to leave because you have your own money. And in a perfect world where you have a loving man who's also, like, providing for you and all the things, every dollar you make, you have full control over, and it has more purchasing power. So we'll test this theory out. I feel like some people are going to be mad, but I really don't care because it's a very valid opinion.
Any man out here should avoid these types of women. They're selfish, they only see what benefits them, and they do not reciprocate. A woman who says, my money is my money, and your money is our money, is already telling you everything you need to know. She doesn't see you as a partner, she sees you as a provider. That mindset is dangerous because it creates a one-sided relationship. She wants to reap the benefits of your hard work, your sacrifices, and your resources, while holding on tightly to hers. That's not love, that's not teamwork, that's exploitation. And when you strip away the pretty words and fake affection, what's left is a woman who's looking to live off you while contributing the bare minimum. Real relationships are about reciprocity. If she isn't willing to share, invest, or build with you, she's not there for you. She's there for what you can do for her. And too many men learn this the hard way after years of pouring everything into a woman who was never going to give anything back.
Men with no kids and no marriage plans are the fastest growing demo. Sorry for them, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about, because in my mind, I'm just like, if you have no plans.
That was the only thing throwing me off.
Like, if you have no plans, then, I mean, you have other things, bless you. There's other things you should be worried about.
Nobody asked, but here is my take on dating in 2025. And I think this is the truth most people won't say. A lot of women are stuck in their masculine energy, grind mode, hyper independence, control, and then they wonder why they can't find a masculine man who leads. But the reality is, you can't ask for masculine leadership while you're competing for it. Polarity in relationship is so important. If you bring dominant energy to the table, most masculine men aren't going to feel needed. They're going to feel replaced. Those energies, masculine and feminine, are like magnets. So they attract when they're different, not when they're the same. So it's not about dimming your light. It's about shifting your energy so that you're making sure you're not repelling the thing you say you want.
Men are supposed to chase a woman, date her, spoil her, respect and adore her, and love her more. Anything outside of that is just weird.
Oh, I'm sure you do, Aria. Is that possibly why you just recently had your first date in 5 years? And I'm assuming that didn't go well because you're still making these videos. I've made a couple videos on this girl before. Her name's Aria. She sits in a car and teaches you about the things that you should expect from a man while obviously providing zero. it is a feminist way of basically implying that you should be an escort without just, saying be an escort. And most of the guys are saying the same things that I'm about to say, but Melissa over here says, absolutely, I think the same. And that is why Melissa, the only thing she'll be a mom of is a dog.